Drew Brees joining us on the program. Drew, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Dan. How are you?
Like, are you are you taking a walk? Is that your exercise this morning?
This is kind of get the day started. Clear my head. I'm in Greenwich, Connecticut. We finished doing the studio show last night for Football Night in America. So this is my morning walk before I head out of town.
What do people say to you on the street?
Uh, I get some looks. I stopped by Whole Foods to grab like some oatmeal and some fruit, and I had a couple people want to talk football. ask me what happened to the Buffalo Bills yesterday, or whoever their favorite team is. So yeah, there's a lot of that. I got to put the analyst hat on a lot just in my daily life now.
What happens when you've had a bad game? Like Ryan Tannehill threw 4 interceptions. Is it bad to watch that film, or is it better to not watch film?
Oh man, it stinks. It's just one of those things you got to do. Just swallow it, But at the same time, shoot, missed opportunity for them, right? That's a game they should win. Crummy weather, so you got to play the game a little bit differently. But they certainly had their chances. I still think they're a team to beat, just because I think their defense is pretty good. But they're gonna have to figure some things out on offense without Derrick Henry.
Well, it's one of those games where you go, wait, the Texans are doing what to the Titans? I mean, it feels like every week there's at least two of these games. How do you explain it?
The NFL. That's why people love the NFL, because each week you have no idea, and every game really comes down to about 7 or 8 plays, about 7 or 8 moments or situations, and whoever handles those right wins, and whoever doesn't. And regardless of records, I think anytime you play divisional games, throw records out the window. For the first 3 quarters, those are typically hard-fought, tough football games, and then usually the better team finds a way to win it in the fourth quarter or pull away. But you let a team hang around that you shouldn't, and it's the NFL. Look out. They'll beat you.
What would you do if you're Ben Roethlisberger?
What do you mean?
Short term, long term? Come back next season?
Yeah, I mean, look, if he continues to play like he did last night, I think as a veteran quarterback, I think the thing that you battle is, look, you have so much experience, so much knowledge, so much wisdom from all the football that you've played. Now it becomes harder each and every week, just from a physical perspective, to care for your body, to care for your arm, to care for all the things that just start popping up, from a health perspective, and get to Sunday. That was kind of always the thing, is, man, get to Sunday as healthy as you can. Because up here, like, you got it. I mean, you know exactly what everybody's doing. There's never a defense you're going to see that you haven't seen before, you don't have an answer for. But it's just that weekly grind. I think not just physically, but just, you take on a lot of stress too, because, you're responsible for so much. But as long as he's having fun, playing at a high level, play as long as you can.
But how frustrating is that? That you have all the answers to the test, but you might not be able to complete the test.
Well, look, I think he played well last night, and I don't know how his, Ben's always been one of those guys that you feel like is getting beat up quite a bit, or at least, that's kind of always what's reported. So, but as long as he's having fun and doing it at a high level, and, feeling like he still has something to prove and chase, then, man, why not play? Listen, last night, if the Steelers have, Minkah Fitzpatrick and TJ Watt and, Joe Hayden, I think that's a different game. I think defensively they'd end up playing a little better, but it's a fun game to watch.
What do you make of Justin Herbert so far?
I think he's a stud. I think he is going to be one of the great players in this league for a very long time. He's got all the physical ability. I mean, freakish physical ability, arm talent, athletic ability. I think he's got as many intangibles as he does the physical traits as well, from a leadership perspective and just his poise and his intellect. So he can be one of the best for a very long time.
What's been the biggest challenge for you making this transition from football to analyst?
Well, I mean, it's a different skill set. It's using different muscles. I'd say the biggest challenge, honestly, is first off, broadcasting and in studio work are completely different anyway. Broadcasting to me is kind of like playing the game, which is a lot of fun. I prepare the same way. I watch film the same way. I mean, I think about how I would be attacking the opposing team or the opposing defense the exact same way as if I was actually going to go out there and play quarterback. And then it's just a matter of being to articulate that to the fans or those listening and watching, and try to put them in your shoes as a player. You go in studio and it's much quicker. You have a lot more to get through in a very short amount of time. You're really trying to give a synopsis of what happened throughout the entire day. And the broadcasting is college football, and the in studio is NFL football. So you feel like you have to have this knowledge base of kind of the general landscape of both. So that makes it difficult. And then I get to go broadcast an NFL game on Thursday night in New Orleans. So it's a little bit of everything all kind of thrown into a very short amount of time.
But that's another thing is you and Mike Tirico are going to have the game on Thursday night. It'll be the Bills and the Saints. And do you prepare? So you're Buffalo going against the Saints in what you would do, as well as the Saints going against Buffalo in what you would do if you were playing?
Yeah. I mean, that's, I guess I've already watched a bunch of film, but as I continue to watch more games, I almost develop a game plan in my mind as to how I would attack, each defense, or if I'm each offense, these are where my matchups are. This is how I want to play this game. This is what I think the keys to victory are. So then when you get in the broadcast booth and you begin watching the game unfold, in a lot of cases, it plays out the way that I would have envisioned. Now, listen, crazy things happen, right? And you have to be ready to react. But man, that's what we love about football. And that's what's fun is that you never really know what's going to happen. But based on your knowledge base and your experience, you're able to articulate those moments and those situations for people.
And then you're going to be honored on Thursday night. What's that going to entail?
Yeah. Well, my last time in the Dome was unfortunately with no fans. All of last season was virtually with no fans. So it's been a while since I've been in the Dome with, the screaming Who Dat Nation, and all that energy. So this would be an incredible moment to get back in front of the Who Dat Nation, and obviously under kind of weird circumstances since I'm there to broadcast the game, but it'll be great to feel that one more time.
I know you're doing some things with Crown Royal. If you want to let people in on what you're doing.
Well, yeah, tonight I'm actually going to be in New Orleans. Me and Deuce McAllister are going to be at an event with a bunch of hospitality workers, military members, as part of Crown Royal's Generosity Fund, where they're going to donate $1 million to different organizations throughout the year to support hospitality workers and military members. So Deuce and I each represent a different group. So I represent the Louisiana Hospitality Foundation. Deuce represents the Bastion Community of Resilience. And so we're going to have a little competition at this concert to continue to raise money and raise awareness for these groups, and so that we can continue to support them, especially coming off of COVID-19, where many of them were affected negatively. So this will be a lot of fun tonight. And we're asking people to go onto my Twitter @DrewBrees, retweet the tweet that I sent out a few days ago, because that helps generate more money for the Louisiana Hospitality Workers Foundation. So thank you.
Good to see you. How far are you going to walk, by the way?
It always ends up being about 4 or 5 miles. But man, the leaves are changing color.
Yeah.
This is kind of nice. You don't get this down south or or on the West Coast at all, So you gotta take all this in while you can.
When's the last time you threw a football?
Oh, gee whiz. I throw one left-handed all the time. I kind of developed that habit like 4 years ago when my kids were getting older, and every time I get home, they're like, Dad, throw to us. Dad, throw to us. I'm like, I just finished throwing 100 balls at practice. So here, let me throw left-handed so I don't wear this right arm out. Actually, I've gotten pretty good with the left here, Dan. Better watch out, man.
Comeback? Question mark?
Question mark. Question mark, question mark. We'll see. Left-handed.
Have fun this week. Always great to talk to you. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, you as well, Dan. Thanks.
That's Drew Brees.